Hi, I'm Karlee, and this is your stretching routine for your middle splits. You don't need any props today, just a mat or some carpet. If you're not in a place where you can do this video right now, just save it to your watch later playlist and you can join me when you're ready. Let's begin today coming up onto hands and knees, tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Now extend your right leg out to the right and plant the foot on the ground. So we're in this leg extension on the right side. And start to shift your hips forward and back. It could be slight and small, or you might start bringing the hips all the way down towards the left heel and back up. So we're already starting to work into the inner thigh on this right side here. So only go as far down as you're comfortable, just starting to awaken all of these tiny muscles in the inner thighs and in the hips. Let's take a couple more rocks on this side. And on your next one, just start to hold at your lowest point and extend your arms nice and far forward. Breathe into the right inner thigh. And come back up to tabletop. Let's change sides. Bring the right knee right back in. And your left leg will extend out to the left. Plant your foot on the floor. And then start to find these tiny shifts forward and back. Or make the shifts back a little bit bigger. Breathe into the left inner thigh as we start to warm up the muscles, warm up the body. Nice breaths in and out. Start to heat the body from the inside. If you have sensitive knees, you can always bring a blanket underneath the knees to give yourself some extra padding. The next time your hips are back towards your right heel, you can start to lower the chest, maybe walk the hands forward, just wherever your lowest point is. And come back up to tabletop. This next pose is called frog, and this is a really intense stretch, but it's great for the inner thighs and warming up into the center splits. This is another pose where you'll want a blanket with you if you have sensitive knees. But come back up to your tabletop and start to shift your knees nice and wide apart. Now your ankles will stay in line with your knees and your knee in line with your hip. So we're creating a few different 90-degree angles here with the foot flexed. And then your joints are in line. You can stay on your hands or lower down to your forearms. Just make sure you have this horizontal line here and here. And then start to slowly just bring your knees as far apart as you can. Now you'll feel this intensity in the inner thighs and the hips right away. So it's really important to breathe through this and tell your body it's safe to be here. If you start to create tension in the face or in the breath, your body won't do as good of a job at releasing this muscle and this tension because it won't know that you're not in danger. So we have to tell our body this is a safe place to start to increase our flexibility. We're going to be here for a few more rounds of breath. I know it's challenging. This is one of the best exercises we can do to really sink into the center splits. If you're feeling nice and open, you can bring your chest all the way down to the ground. Just keep pushing the hips back so they're in line with the knees. And then we'll crawl ourselves back up. Slowly bring the knees back in together and sit down onto your mat. Come into butterfly pose. Bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. You can use your elbows to start to encourage the knees to come more down towards the floor. Then hinge the chest over the feet. We'll take a few rounds of breath here in our butterfly. Really start to peel the feet open like a book and press the knees down, not forcefully, just with encouragement. Now keep the left foot in towards the right inner thigh and extend your right leg out long. We'll first fold the chest over the right leg. So on an inhale, straighten up through the spine and through the hands, and then fold down over your right leg. Now if you can't grab the foot, that's okay. Your arms can rest down anywhere at all by your leg here. We're just encouraging this hamstring opening. Maybe your nose comes all the way down towards your knee. And keep flexing the right foot towards your face. And crawl your torso back up. Bring your right hand along the inside of the right leg and start to shift your body more open into a wider position. And we'll take a side body stretch. Inhale, reach the left arm up, and exhale all the way over to the right, like you're gonna reach your toes with your left fingers. So you should feel this length all the way through the left arm, down into the left hip here. And inhale, come right back up. We'll take this to the other side. Right leg comes into your left inner thigh. First, we fold forward over the left leg. So inhale, grow the spine tall, and exhale, fold the chest over. Again, the direction of the chest is like nose to your knee. And left foot is flexed actively here. Breathe into the sensation on the back of the left leg. It's your left hamstring. One more breath. And we'll come back up into that side body stretch. So left arm is inside the left leg. Right arm reaches up on an inhale. And exhale, side body stretch. Breathe into the length on the right side body here. Feeling the sensation from the right arm down to the right hip. On the inhale, come up to center. Excellent job. Cross your legs. Come into that tabletop. This time we'll step forward into a lizard lunge. So step your right foot outside of your right hand and pull your heart forward. So we're in a wide stance of our lunge. Just a round of breath here. Now let's start to roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. So we're fanning the right foot out to the right a little bit more. You can use your right arm to encourage the knee away from you. That'll start to open up into the outer hips a bit. And come back up to center. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee off the mat in this active lizard pose. Step up to Malasana, your squat. So soles of the feet are on the mat, or your heels might be a little bit lifted. That's okay too, that's normal. But wherever you are, see if you can bring your hands off the mat and into your heart center so that you can use your elbows to push the knees away from you into this external rotation to stretch through the inner hips. Now can you straighten your spine a little bit more and pull your heart forward? Bring your hands down to the mat. This time, let's step the right foot back into lizard lunge. Lower your right knee down to the mat. So now your left foot is on the outside of your left hand. Breathe here to pull your heart forward first with the whole left foot on the ground. If it's hard to get your hands down to the mat, you can always bring some blocks underneath your hands or anything you have near you that'll help bring the earth a little bit closer to you. Now we'll roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. You can use your left arm to push the left knee away and open a bit more into the outer hips. And bring your left hand and your left foot back down to the mat. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee up. We'll crawl into a wide leg forward fold. So I'm crawling my hands between my feet. Now your toes will point forward, almost like you're gonna be a little bit pigeon-toed here. So my feet are parallel with the short edge of the mat. Now hang your chest down heavy. You can bend your knees as much as you need to let your spine kind of relax here. And feel the sensation in the back of both legs now. You can also wrap your left hand around your left ankle and your right hand around your right ankle and pull your torso down a little bit more. And take some breaths here. We have 3 different muscles that make up the hamstring. So we have to make sure we're hitting all of these different angles. Now on an inhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Take a halfway lift like you're gonna look forward. Turn your feet out, so now toes are pointed out, heels are in, and sink down into your right hip. Now my left toes are flexing up towards the ceiling, and my hips are coming down towards my right heel. If this doesn't feel accessible, you can come up a little bit higher, and this will make this a little bit less intense on the inner thighs. You can stay up tall. Otherwise, we're sitting low. It's also okay if your right heel is off the mat. This might not even be an issue of hip flexibility. It could be an issue with ankle flexibility. But if it's feeling okay for you, your right heel will come down and we'll balance here with our hips up off the mat. One more breath. And we'll crawl all the way over to the left. So again, we're sitting towards the left heel, maybe up tall, maybe down low. Wherever you're feeling in your body today is exactly where you're meant to be. Flex your right toes up towards the ceiling. See if you can encourage your left heel down to the mat. Might get there, it might not. Then breathe into the sensation in the right inner thigh and in the left hip. You're starting to build some heat in the body and get us prepared for our final stretch here. Bring your hands to the mat, come back up to your wide leg forward fold, pigeon toe the feet inward, sink the chest down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, turn the toes back out, heels in. Bring your hands onto your thighs and take a shoulder shrug. And as you shrug the shoulders, push the knees out wide with your hands to give ourselves another little inner thigh stretch. And our last exercise here before our middle splits. Excellent. Let's come down to the mat. Take a seat. Then bring your legs out wide. So now here, I'm going to scooch my hips up. This will help roll some of the flesh away from the sit bones. Flex the toes. And it's very important here that our knees stay pointed up towards the ceiling, so we're externally rotating from the hips, which moves the knees and the feet out wide. So we're not doing this, we're staying out. Now breathe in to lengthen the chest, and exhale, crawl forward, and start to lift your hips off the mat. And then sink the hips down. So now if we're in the middle splits, again, our ankle, our knees, and our hips will be in a straight line here. So it's okay if your hands are on the mat and you're up a little bit higher, or you start to sink down. Let's take a couple rounds of breath in our middle splits. I know it's super intense. You're doing amazing. And if at any point this is too much, just bring your hips back down and just slightly lean forward. So even if you don't come all the way up into it today, just doing this is great. And then roll forward. And gently bring your hips back down. Shake your legs out. You did it. Amazing job. Thank you so much for doing this routine with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. And for more videos like this, please download our app called Yoga Plus, and I'll see you again next time.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the pose library. Yoga Plus by PsycheTruth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by PsycheTruth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.